Good morning, everybody. Well, might be morning for you, might be afternoon, I don't know. It's actually not morning at all for me, so I don't know why I say good morning. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. So, I'm having a hard mom day. Basically, Flynn's not feeling well. He's okay, he's totally fine, nothing to be worried about unless you're his mother, because I worry about everything. But he's just sad today and he's not feeling good. It's hard with a little kid. I mean, we're lucky now that he's a toddler because he can kind of communicate. I remember when he was a tiny baby and he'd cry and there was literally no way to know what was wrong. You couldn't ask him what was wrong, and if we found out what was wrong, you couldn't tell him that it was gonna be okay and that you were fixing it. And there's still some of that, like he's at an age where he doesn't really understand us. So we try to explain and he tries to explain what's wrong, but he's just upset. We're figuring it out, but he's just sad today and he doesn't feel good. Luckily, my mom had already planned on coming today and he adores my mother. He was really excited to see her. He's okay, it's nothing like serious. He just didn't feel good. So I've been cuddling him and playing with him and just really focused on him today. So I haven't filmed anything at all. Usually I've filmed like most of my vlog by now. And I just was focused on Flynn today. And so it might be like that the rest of the day. I don't know. We'll see. He just went down for a nap. So when he wakes up from his nap, we'll see how the day goes. So if today's vlog is not much, that is why. I'm obviously not gonna film if my baby's not feeling well. If he needs me, I'm gonna be with him. So that's the tea. But right now he is sleeping. I'm gonna upload my vlog from yesterday and try to get a little bit of work done while he's asleep. Maybe moms out there can relate. Sometimes I feel like, this is my personal experience, but maybe someone else out there can relate. When Flynn doesn't feel well or something's wrong with Flynn, whether it's like getting a shot at the doctor or a cold or teething or anything, I always just want to take the pain away from him, and I wish I could have it instead of him. But at the same time, I also feel like it's almost harder for me than it is for him. And I don't mean that in like a woe is me way. I mean, like, I get so sad if he is sad. Like, I get deeply, like my heart breaks when he is sad. I also only slept 1 hour last night, so because he was up pretty early, so I'm really tired. I'm being really dramatic right now, guys. Like, don't think anything is seriously wrong, because nothing is wrong, everything is totally fine. I'm just really tired and I'm being a dramatic mom, and I know that, I'm very aware of that, so this is nothing to be like concerned about. When he was a tiny baby, he had colic, which for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically when your baby cries 24/7 and there's nothing you can do to help, and it's awful and really, really sad. It was really hard not being able to help him and not knowing what was wrong and feeling like I was failing as a mother because I couldn't help my baby, even though obviously I was doing everything I possibly could. It was just a hard time. But since he got over colic, he's been the happiest kid. Like, I have never known a kid as happy as my kid, and maybe I'm biased because I'm his mom, but like, truly that kid is always smiling and always laughing and always silly. You guys see it in the vlogs. Obviously you only see 10 minutes of my day, 15 minutes of my day out of 24 hours, but truly I could put the camera on Flynn at any time of the day and he'd be smiling, laughing, being silly, being funny, like being fun, joyful, excited. Like, that's just Flynn. Like, he rarely complains, he rarely whines, he rarely cries. He's just a really sweet, happy guy. And so today, to see him like sad and to see him like not feel very good, it just, I think maybe my brain got triggered to like those first few months of like, oh no, my baby's hurting and I can't fix it immediately. You know, we have to wait for medicine to kick in and we have to like be patient, and I can't explain that to him, and so he's just sad. So that was just like hard, even though it was like nothing, like he's completely fine. He's just not feeling very good. You never know with kids. It could be gas. He could just need a fart, but it could be something more, and it could not be. But I know, you know, talking to his doctor, he's totally fine. He's gonna be fine. But it was just hard to see him sad today. Anyway, I'm gonna finish my work and I'll see you guys maybe in a little bit. Who's that? Who's this? Jojo. Who's that? Jojo. Oh my God, how did he know that's Jojo? Who's that?
Mama.
Who's this one?
Papa.
Parker. How does he know that?
Genius.
How do you know that, Flynn? Who's this?
Mama.
That's Mama, yeah.
Nana.
Nana? Yeah, that's the kitty's Nana. Yeah, there's a little cat food bowl and he just said Nana.
Papa.
Yeah. Wait, why is he so smart? Blair, 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 Blair. Okay, so Flynn just went to bed. He's feeling better, which is good. Yeah, it was nice. We went to the park together and That made him really happy. And now I'm making some chicken and we're gonna have fajitas. That's what I'm working on right now. Such interesting information, isn't it? I'm wearing my reverse tie-dye sweatshirt today. I love it. Howdy. It's much later in the night. I really didn't film hardly anything today. The fajitas were delicious for dinner. Did not film any of that. I really just was focused on being a mom today and making sure my baby was okay. And he is okay. Everything's great. He's sleeping now and happy little boy. He was happy for most of the rest of the day. So I think he's all better. So no worries there, which is good. But I did just want to focus on just being a mom today and nothing else. And he was 100% just on me and cuddling, and we were just like besties all day, which we are every day. Today he was a bit more needy and I loved it. So we were just having our time, which was great. And I wanted to let you guys know though that recently, obviously I've been talking a lot about like the fan art in my office and like the fan letters, and I did this big video reading fan letters and like how special they are to me and all this stuff. And I get a lot of those letters and artwork and sweet presents and things from you guys at my live shows, but sometimes you send them to my P.O. box. Well, my sister and I share a P.O. box. I started it many years ago, and then my sister started doing YouTube and she's like, oh, I want to join in on the P.O. box. I was like, awesome. So anything to me or her went to that P.O. box, but then I just didn't realize that I was still using that P.O. box, so she closed it, and so I had to get a new one. So Corey started a new P.O. box for me. So this is the address on the screen. I'll put it in the link below. I'm not encouraging you or asking you to send me anything. Please don't send me anything. Not that I wouldn't want it. This is not me requesting that you send me things. I don't need anything, and it's, you know, a time during a pandemic. We don't want to make these hard working essential workers like post office people and UPS people work harder than they need to. So I'm certainly not asking or suggesting or requesting letters or anything like that. I'm just letting you know that if it was your plan to send a letter to me anytime soon, the old P.O. box is closed. The only reason we started the new one was not for us to get stuff, like get letters and fan art and stuff. It's just so that in case anyone ever wanted to send a letter, I don't want people sending it to the old P.O. box and then it bouncing back to them and then I never get it. Like if there's something important you want to write a letter to me about or whatever, you can. My sister said on Twitter that she wanted to close the P.O. box just be out of respect with COVID-19, everything going on right now. You know, I am of the same boat where like, please don't send things unless you absolutely have to. We are still in the middle of a pandemic, but I did want to let you know that that is open, and if you guys would ever feel the urge to write a letter or something, that's where it will go. That's where you should send it, the new one, not the old one. Cool. So yes, it was my goal today to film some Miranda videos, and that did not happen. It's still only 11:15, so maybe I'll do them now, because I don't know if Flynn's gonna wake up tomorrow sad again, and if he is, I'm not gonna film no videos. I'm gonna be with my boo. Also, I don't want you guys to forget that while we're in the middle of this pandemic, we are still in the middle of the Black Lives Matter movement, and we are still needing to speak up and speak out against racism and social injustice and just the horrible things that are happening in our government, in our country, in our world. We need to continue to educate ourselves and donate where we can, spread the word, sign petitions, etc. You know, it's not just like it lasts a week and then it's over. Like, this is going to be a long battle that we all need to come together and fight for. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna say this. I saw this Instagram post today and I really liked it. Allies tend to show a surge of support for the Black community, but then get burnt out with a constant flow of information. So how do we prevent this and continue to show support? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but our social medias were flooded with stuff about this, and it's starting to trickle out. I mean, yes, people are still talking about it, but I do feel like a lot less people are talking about it. That's no bueno. So here are some ways you can help. Integrate Black-owned businesses into your everyday life. Find Black-owned businesses whose products you love and become a regular customer. Vote with your dollar and directly support the community. Set up recurring donations. Organizations like Black Lives Matter will get a surge of support in times of crisis, but they need funding year-round. Instead of donating a large one at one time, set up a recurring smaller donation to ensure consistent funding. I haven't done this yet. So this is something I read today and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why did I not do that when I donated to all these places? I would donate once and it would say, do you want to make this a recurring payment? And I never did. I always just like would donate one big chunk to different places. And so now I'm reading this going like, oh yeah, duh, why would I not do recurring that way? In a month, I do it again. In a month, I do it again. And I don't even have to think about it. It's just, well, I mean, I have to think about it. But that way it's just constantly happening and I'm forever supporting a good cause. So that's a great one that I learned today. Continuously educate yourself on anti-racism. Unlearning bias takes time and effort. Read books and watch documentaries documentaries on the subject at least once a month. Try to purchase these resources from Black-owned bookstores. Have conversations on anti-racism with family and friends. The best way to prevent racism is to address the issue head on. Hold yourself and those around you accountable for their biases. It will be a difficult conversation, but remember, allies have the privilege of being temporarily uncomfortable. Please note, it's a privilege to be able to turn off the TV and social media and not think about the issue. It's tiring to discuss racism, but even more tiring to experience it. So take the steps to continuously show support for our Black community. This isn't a moment, it's a movement. Anyway, I really liked that whole post, and so I thought I would share it with you guys because they articulated all of that better than I ever could. So there you go. I hope you guys had a great day today. Hopefully tomorrow everything will be back to normal and my vlog will be full of all the happy, cute baby cooking, bread, whipped coffee, pool time goodness that you guys are used to. But I don't know. We'll see, because it just depends on if my little kiddo feels better. So I'm sleepy, so I'm gonna go to bed. But I love you guys and I'll see you tomorrow.